Welcome back to our Wednesday edition of News Geelong. A feast of music, entertainment and an anniversary mass highlighted the 150th anniversary of the Sisters of Mercy in Geelong at Sacred Heart College last weekend. It was the largest ever reunion of the college's former students and a celebration for this wonderful milestone in the history of the school, as Andria Cozza reports.
Thanks, Graham. It's been a while for me since I've been back at the classroom, and today is Sacred Heart College's 150th anniversary celebrations. Regina, if you could just tell us a little bit about today's events and what it's all about, really?
Well, it's the 150th anniversary of Sacred Heart College Geelong, which is a fairly significant day here. It's also celebrating 150 years of the Sisters of Mercy. Talking to you, 150 years of the Sisters of Mercy in Geelong. It's an opportunity for our young people to experience something of a huge magnitude, and also to see all of the people coming back, all our old collegians, so they really get an idea of how much the school means to so many people here in Geelong.
That's great. And what about the preparation for today? Because it looks like it's been quite a feat.
It's been 18 months, 2 years planning. There has been an amazing amount of work behind the scenes by probably a committee of about 15. And then our affiliate groups, school councils, old collegians. But probably since the beginning of this year, it's been all hands on deck. Staff, our maintenance team have done, the grounds are just absolutely spectacular. Plus the students have had to play a big role as well. So it's a big day and a lot of work, and everyone's been very generous with their time.
So what are some of the events that attendees can expect today, I guess?
Okay, we have the open air mass, which we're expecting about 4,000 people, and that's our main celebration. Then we have historic tours all the way through our old Bluestone convent. We have a guest marquee, we have shared lunches, we have amusement rides. There's 150th signature board that we've got where we want everyone on the day to sign. We have a cafe, we have food vendors, we have a bar, of course, which is also important, and that's probably about it. There's lots of music, dance. The students are playing, our jazz bands, our Year 12 music students, our dance students, and our anniversary orchestra and choir are playing a big part in the day as well.
Thank you so much, Regina, for your time.
Thank you very much. It's going to be a fantastic day. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Andrea. And viewers, we will have more about this wonderful anniversary in Friday's News Geelong. The wise person who once said, "The only thing that stays is change," certainly hit the nail squarely on the head. And the Great Ocean Road Coast Committee, like all other organisations and many aspects of the world we live in, is no different, as Nicholls reports.
I'm standing in front of this rather modest building, which is actually headquarters of the Great Ocean Road Coast Committee. But on the inside, many decisions are made and millions of dollars worth of projects and developments have taken place in recent years. The man guiding the Great Ocean Road Coast Committee, David Clark, has decided he's had enough. We asked him why.
I've been here for 5 years now. I've had a great time, and obviously the Great Ocean Road is a fantastic place to work. We've achieved a lot in that 5 years. I was appointed as the first CEO just after the organisation started. And I felt like, on reflection, that it was time to move on. I'm really happy with the things that we've achieved, but decided that on a personal level, I'm ready to look for some new opportunities.
Well, you were starting to kick quite a few goals. I mean, you're not new to News Geelong. We've announced some wonderful funding in recent times. We're making some great inroads with infrastructure here, right here in back of your office at the Torquay Caravan Park. So you have achieved quite a lot, haven't you?
That's right. The organisation's really well set up for the future. Our two key objectives are to improve the caravan parks and to protect and manage the coast, and they're interlinked. And a lot of the work we've been doing over the last 5 years has been about how we can upgrade the caravan parks to provide better services for the campers, because those caravan parks still provide 80% of our annual funding each year, but also how we can start to address all those priority issues along the coast that are important from a conservation, a recreation and a tourism perspective. So we have been very successful in recent years through using our own money, plus grants from state, federal and local governments, plus also our partnerships with the community to get a lot of projects in place, and they're now up and running, which is a really pleasing achievement.
And to find a replacement for you, David, a sort of a lengthy process now over the next few weeks or even months, I guess.
That's right, it'll take a little while. I'm working up until June at this stage. Our committee will initiate a recruitment process shortly, and that will take a few months to unfold, but there'll be no disruption to our business activities. They continue as normal.
Ian Nicholls in Torquay, in front of the Great Ocean Road Coast Committee headquarters for News Geelong.
Thank you, Ian. The Burke and Wills expedition, in walking from Melbourne to the Gulf of Carpentaria in 1861, is undoubtedly one of Australia's most famous exploration ventures. Modern-day adventurer David Benjamin is currently attempting a similar challenge, but this time from Sydney to Perth, as Cormack Hanrahan reports.
David Benjamin is walking from Sydney to Perth. He's doing it alone and carrying more than 40 kilograms. Starting from under the Sydney Harbour Bridge in March 2008, he first arrived on foot in Torquay 5 months later.
It all started one day when I was working. I was an apprentice chef and I didn't really like my job at all. And I stopped for a second and I heard a small voice in the back of my head and it just said, "Walk to Western Australia." And it just sounded like the best, most amazing idea I've ever heard. It's been extremely fun, but it's also been one of the hardest things I've ever done in my life. The loneliness, like not talking to anyone. Even if you do talk to people when you go into a town, you don't really talk to them. I've been tempted to quit a thousand times a day. Like it's just so, it's the easy option out though to quit. Definitely, it could be some fear of failure that makes me get up and keep walking because I don't want to stop. I don't want to not finish this. My first journey, I walked from the Queensland border all the way to the Victorian border of New South Wales, and I knew at the end of that I could do this one. You definitely go into yourself a lot. Like I spend a lot of time thinking about every single little thing in my life, all the things that may have been good or bad. So when I get to Perth, I'll be very happy and I'll probably promise my body I'll never walk again, but I might be lying.
When Benjamin's walk is done, David will edit the hours of raw footage into a documentary film about the incredible undertaking. We also caught up with David to ask a few questions about the film.
Everyone seems to take away something different from the film. Like it depends on the person how they see it. A lot of people, it tends to motivate them into wanting to do something like this or to living a dream that they put off and did not do.
This has been Cormack Hanrahan reporting for News Geelong.
Thank you, Cormac, and all the best to David. Backpack, his surfboard and his pith hat, all in the one board. You're with News Geelong here on Wednesday evening as we go to a break and return with sport and weather after this.